Wow, what an absolute stellar performance by my man Ruiz, the new heavyweight champion of the world. He upset the apple card. Yes, they comparing this to Buster Douglas versus Tyson. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to break the fight down so people understand not that Anthony Joshua got knocked out, not by what combination he knocked him out with, but the process and how you beat a man before you step into the ring. Styles make fights. Even Anthony Joshua understood that this was not a great style matchup. He didn't go in there saying, I'm going to knock this guy out. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to get into it. But before we get started, for those of you who've never watched my channel, shame on you. My name is Eric A. Bradley, aka The Real Fight Doctor, and there is no other on this level. Now back to the topic at hand. Round one, I'm going to break it down. When it comes down to Anthony Joshua, a beautiful stylistic boxer. One of the things that Anthony Joshua does great is he has a very sound, profound jab. But the thing about Ruiz is whenever you got a style that is known for keeping the head off the line and moving forward, slipping on the outside, going up under the jab and jabbing to the body, which he did all night, sucked the gas right out of AJ's belly. His oxygen levels was consistently depleted. And if you are a person that boxes in the ring, or even if you fight in a cage, one of the things that you better know, that if you fighting a guy that lifts weights and does a lot of very, very physical strength training, you can tap his body of oxygen. And those jabs to the body, boom, boom, will break them down. And that's what makes you look good against a much larger fighter. With a guy like Anthony Joshua, who has a very profound jab, a very powerful straight right hand. It's more of a cross. He throws it like that. He got Klitschko out of there with several of those. Now, when you see a guy like Andy Ruiz, one of the other things that he does is when you're in the clinch with him, he hits you to the body. What does that do to a guy that's 250 pounds? Not the same thing that it does to a guy that's 168. What it does is it takes and depletes the body's oxygen from replenishing. So he could not recover. So when he was dazed in that third round, 2 knockdowns for Ruiz. Ruiz drops Anthony Joshua twice after Anthony Joshua drops him once. Comes back, fights like a true champion, warrior, sound, Mexican style fighting, body to the head to the body, consistent jab to the stomach, depleting his oxygen levels. Now I'm going to break it down to the next chapter of this thing. What happens after that? Do you run in there and just try to finish him? No, absolutely not. When you are an elite athlete, like Ruiz is, not the way he looks, but understanding the style matchup. He understands that a pure boxer has the most difficult time with a unique pressure fighter that knows how to keep his head off the line. Now, what you do, if you're at a bar, a club, if you don't box for real and somebody's coming at you with a powerful straight shot, one of the things that you got to learn how to do is dip on the outside, come up, pop, keep the head off the line, pop, and keep the hand guarded, and boom, come over the top. Boom, pop, pop. So it's body, head. And Ruiz did a very good job at changing up the rhythm. When he came out for the 4th, 5th round, one of the things that he decided to do is standing there going up under the jab wasn't enough. So now I'm going to explain exactly how he changed it up. In boxing, you go in there, and those of you who box, whether you're UFC, MMA, or strictly from the boxing world, boom, jab, jab. But whenever you're in a fight, and do this, whenever you're fighting a guy and it's getting to a point where it's chest, change the rhythm of your punch. When Ruiz started to change the rhythm of his punch, he didn't have to throw more punches. He threw off-rhythm shots. So instead of it being boom, boom, it was pop, 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 pop. So Anthony Joshua, after the 5th round, had to recalculate. And that was impossible. First, he was depleted, and then he was concussed from going down 3 times. That's how you break down a big giant and you look like a rock star. One other thing, whenever you guys, you take this away from me, because if you have not subscribed to our channel, hey, that's fine. But one of the things you're going to get there is inside of the gym or even on fight night, the real insight of how a fight goes down stylistically, understanding all the different techniques and styles and skills on master boxing. That's why we break the fight world down round by round. One of the last final things that happened that night is it was obvious, even though Deontay Wilder is not the same style as Anthony Joshua, or Ruiz, the thing that goes into your mind immediately is he can't take that right hand. The right hand that my man Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, delivers. He will get up maybe once. He will not get up twice. And that's what he has to keep in mind, because Andy Ruiz's speed, pop, 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 and ability to change up the timing and continue to strike the body will not let him recover. And Deontay Wilder can fight like that as well. He understands how to hit in the clinch. He understands how to throw the shots off timing, and he's a little loopy. So Anthony Joshua was more than a gentleman, and they want to get that rematch. But what happened is, if you're from the UK, I want to hear from you. If you're from the US, I want to hear from you. If you're from Mexico, I want to hear from you. Scratch that. If you're a Latino, period, I want to hear from you. Who did you think was going to win that fight? Did you really think Andy Ruiz was going to beat this kid? Because I called it. Horrible style matchup, and I do the pre-fight stuff. So if you go over to Master Boxing on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you'll see me speaking to these things. It's all about the science and the style matchup of fighting. And that's kind of what the breakdown is right now. Andy Ruiz is now the heavyweight champion of the world alongside of Deontay Wilder. And the fact that they continue to push that fight trying to make more money, now he's not invincible anymore. And the world saw him go down 3-4 times. And that just doesn't look good on the sport. So the moral of this story is, don't get too greedy and never underestimate the other guy's greed. Andy Ruiz came tonight and he was the greediest of the greedy. That's all I got for right now. Coach Eric Bradley signing out. This is The Real Fight Doctor, and you're at Master Boxing, where we get your master's degree in boxing. And for you fight aficionados, remember one thing. Ruiz came tonight to win. He didn't come to lay down. And no matter what you're facing out there, stand up and fight your fight. Because that night might just be your night. We out of here. Be blessed at Godspeed. Master Boxing, where we break the fight world down, baby, round by round. Cheers and salute to everybody in the fight game. We out of here. Peace. Boom!